Welcome back to Not the Right. I'm Natasha, here with my amazing co-host Nick.
Hey everyone, today's topic is a little heavier, but it's an important one. We're diving into a recent statement by Donald Trump that stirred a lot of controversy. He said he wants generals like Hitler had.
Yeah, and there's a lot to unpack there. Trump referencing Hitler's generals has triggered plenty of outrage, and for good reason. We're not just talking about typical authoritarian leadership here. He's evoking one of the darkest times in modern history, and that's no accident. There's a whole history attached to what it meant to be one of Hitler's generals.
Right. A lot of people know about Hitler's rise to power and his horrific actions, but what's fascinating, in a dark way, is that his generals were actually notorious for not fully backing him. Several of them were involved in plots to assassinate him, Operation Valkyrie being the most famous one.
Exactly. Many high-ranking officials in Hitler's regime saw him as a danger to Germany itself, and this wasn't just an isolated feeling. This was a coordinated movement among some of his closest military officers. These weren't outliers. They were deeply entrenched in the military hierarchy.
So when Trump says he wants generals like Hitler had, it's like, does he realize what he's actually saying? These were people who conspired against their own leader. The most loyal ones were so because they were often brainwashed or feared repercussions, not because they genuinely supported his vision.
Right, and what's scary is the level of loyalty and control that Hitler sought. He wanted complete obedience, no matter how extreme his orders became. To say you want generals like that implies a wish for unchecked power, where any dissent is eliminated. Historically, we've seen where that leads, and it's not pretty.
And the idea of glorifying that kind of command structure, the kind that doesn't question immoral or dangerous orders, leads us right into the heart of fascism. It's a concept that we, as a society, need to be incredibly vigilant about. Because it's not just history. It's a warning.
So true. Hitler's generals may have been part of his apparatus, but some of them actually recognized how harmful he was to their country and tried to stop him, even if they were unsuccessful. This desire for military yes men not only undermines the principle of checks and balances, but also creates a dangerous environment where any form of opposition is crushed.
And that's terrifying because in a healthy democracy, there needs to be a structure where leaders are held accountable, especially by those closest to them in power. When you start advocating for unquestioning loyalty, that's where things get really dangerous.
Exactly. Statements like Trump's normalize authoritarian rhetoric. It desensitizes people to ideas that should be alarming. And in the end, if no one questions dangerous decisions, we could be risking the erosion of democracy itself.
So for those listening, it's crucial to remember that language matters, and history gives us clear warnings. It's up to all of us to recognize these signals and question them. We can't afford to let phrases like generals like Hitler had slide by as just sound bites.
Well said, Nick. This episode is a reminder to always stay vigilant and not take any rhetoric lightly, especially when it references history's darkest figures. And, of course, to always think critically about the power structures that shape our world.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you found this episode thought-provoking, make sure to share it and continue the conversation. We need more of these discussions out there.
Until next time, everyone, stay safe, stay critical, and we'll catch you on the next Not the Right.